Hi.
Is it still the same? The squad's the same, just Lucas Moura out for Saturday?
Yeah, the same. Only Luca is not available. The other players are all available for Leicester game.
Eric Dyer,
Yeah.
back in the England squad. Many will say well deserved. I just want to hear from you on Eric Dyer. You inherited him. He's a big part of your squad, isn't he? And he played a big part in this club getting back into the top four last season. How proud are you of him? And just tell us more about Eric Dyer under your management.
First of all, I'm really pleased because when my players, the national team call my players, and we are really proud because it means that we are working very well, and we are trying to help the players to go with the national team. In this case, for Eric, was a really good achievement for him. But what I can only tell him that is to be a point of start. That he has to gain the possibility to go at the World Cup, especially in this month and a half that we have before the World Cup, to continue to play well, to have a good performance, to show that he has a really good stability, that he is a reliable player. And only what I can tell him is only this: to continue this way, to continue to work hard, and to have this concentration. And for the rest, I think my staff and I, but the teammates are very happy for this call in the national team.
After Tuesday, did the players know just how disappointed you were with them? But also, is there a bit of a realisation here? A year ago, this club were in the Conference League. They're now in the Champions League. Do people have to remember that too?
No, I think that we need to be disappointed, but not. I'm into the people that are to be disappointed and with the players because the final result was a negative result for us. I think that especially I watched the game, and I think that we lost a big chance. Not only to draw, but to get 3 points. And when happened this type of situation, and you have to be a bit upset, because when you have the possibility to get 3 points, you have to do it. Then we are talking about a loss in the last 2 minutes. For this reason, we have to be upset, me, the players, and the club. But you know, football is a good experience. Don't forget last season and in all games in Europe we lost against Pacos Ferreira, against Vitesse, against Mura, and then we drew against Rennes. But we risk a lot also to lose against Rennes. It means that maybe we have to do something more in the future, especially because now we are in Champions League. Before we were in Conference League. I think we did a really good step, an important step forward, but now we have to show that we deserve to stay there.
Thanks, Michael. Alex?
Hi, Antonio. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
How important is it to see a reaction from your players on Saturday, and what do you want to see from them that you didn't see from them in Lisbon?
But you know very well that you have to try in every game to get a win. This has to be our mentality, and for this reason you have to understand that when we lose, we are totally in the opposite side, and for this reason I think that we have to feel, we need to be a bit angry, and to try to have a good reaction, because now we have the possibility to play another game in Premier League. For us, it's important to get a win, but at the same time, you know that you're going to play against Leicester. That the table in this moment, for me, is not fair for them, because we are talking about a really good team, a really good squad. We are talking about Brendan Rodgers, that is a really good manager that won in his career, and for this reason, we have to pay great attention.
Leicester yet to win this season, as you say, bottom of the league. How much more wary do you have to be of a side that's desperate for those 3 points?
When you play against Leicester, and Leicester, I think that in England they became a good team, a difficult team to play. Don't forget that they won in a Premier League with Claudio Ranieri. They won FA Cup maybe 3 years ago. The Community Shield against Manchester City. We are talking a club that in the last 7 years they won something in England. It means that we are talking about a really good club, a really good squad, good manager, and with great ambition, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Ian?
Hi, Antonio. Just going back to Eric Dyer, obviously you're delighted he's back in the squad. You play him in a 3. Gareth Southgate tends to prefer a 4. Is he as comfortable playing as a centre half in a back 4 as he is in a back 3 that he plays for you for Spurs?
But I think we are talking about a player that he has a lot of versatile, and he's a player that he can play in the center with when you defend 3 at the back. He can play 4 at the back like central defender, but at the same time he can play also as a pivot, as number 4. And you can see during the game also, especially when we are going to build up, and we use him, and he become a midfielder. We are talking about a really good player that, in my opinion, he has grown a lot, physically, mentally, in his mind, and you can see a player that now is he knows his capacity, is now he's an important player. But as you know very well, football change quickly the situation, and he has to continue in this way with this humility, and with this to be humble, to continue to work very hard, to continue to have the right ambition, the right desire to be an important player, and it's up on him about this. And for me, for sure, I'll push him always, but not only him. I try to push my single player to give more and more and more.
Football does change quickly. So on to my question about Heung-min Son, who you said was undroppable. Is he still undroppable? Because he's not had the greatest start to the season. You've got Kulusevski who wants to play, you've got Richarlison who wants to play.
They are not player undroppable. This has to be very clear. They are not player undroppable. Because, and if I tell this, it's only to try to help my players, and to try to avoid injuries, to try to have a player at the top of the form, and to have a good performance. And if I'm telling this only to protect my players, and to give them the possibility to be in every moment at the top. Then you know very well, you can play one game well, another so and so, another you can score, another not. And my task is to try to protect my player, and to protect the team, and also to find the right way to have a good result. Don't forget that sometimes when you don't start with some players, it means that during the game you have this player into the possibility to use him during the game. But I repeat, if we want to continue to play this 4 competition, especially repeat Champions League, because it's different to play Europa League and Conference League, because Europa League and Conference League can give you the possibility in the group stage to make rotations, and then also if you drop a bit of the quality in the start 11, maybe you can win the same. In Champions League are always massive game, and for this reason I need to have all the players available. All my players has to be available for the rotation, to be in every moment ready when I call them to play and to play well for the team, for the club, for the fans, for everybody.
Ali?
Hello, Antonio. Just talking there about rotation, I was going to talk about the wing backs. Obviously on the left you've got Ryan Sekion and even Perisich who play quite a few games, each of them. On the right though, it's only been Emerson starting every game. I just wondered, are you still maybe concerned about Matt Doherty's fitness at all? Is that what it's about?
No, but I can explain, because I like to be honest, not only with you, but first of all with my players. And in this first part of 7 games, okay, and don't forget we had players like Matthew that they had a serious injury, and I said in the past that is struggling a bit to come back the players that I knew last season. For sure now he's improving a lot. I'm sure that now there is the international break. He will have the possibility to have 2 games with the national team, and then when he will come back, and for sure I'm sure that I have the possibility to have another rotation with him. It was the same for Skippy, because in this period Skippy was injured, a serious injury, and don't forget Skippy played the last game in January, maybe on December, and about player that we have to recover from injury. Then there are players, for example, that Richarlison went into the team quickly, and Lenglet was the same, Perisic was the same. The only player that is struggling a bit under tactical aspect is Bissouma, but also is improving a lot in every aspect. And I'm sure that when we start again to play 12 games, and then for sure I have to count about this player. But I try to take the best decision for the player, because I want to protect the player. At the same time, I want to protect of the team and everybody. But for sure, we know very well when we start again to play 12 games in 1 month, you have to be ready. You have to be ready, because I need of all my players.
Just ask about Emerson. He's not probably a natural wing back like you've had in your teams in the past. Is he someone you've had to work with on the attacking side?
But in my opinion, Emerson, he had a good start in this season, and he can play in this position, and he's doing well. And against in the last game, Sporting Lisbon, he could score 3 goals, not 1, 3 goals. And in every game he's totally involved. Then don't forget Emerson played every game in this period. For sure now can be a bit tired, because the win back, I think that the role is you have to do fatigue because you become striker when we are going to attack, and you have to become a defender when we are going to defend. But I'm really happy about Emerson's performance, because I think compared last season he did a good improvement. He has to continue to work to do it. the same time, you know that we have also Ivan Perisic that can play on the right, on the left, and Sessegnon is fit and is in a good moment of form, and for sure maybe is one of the players that in this moment they deserve to play, like Deki. Yeah, but we'll do it with the right time and the right patience, and to try to do the best for our team.
Thanks, Ali. We'll finish this section with Charlie, please.
Antonio, you mentioned there that Basuma has been struggling a little bit in the tactical
Yeah.
aspect. Has that surprised you? Because I think a lot of supporters thought, here's a quite expensive, very exciting signing, and they were maybe expecting to see a bit more of him in his first few games.
It was expensive. If you compare other midfielder, I have seen that other teams spent 60, 70, 50 millions. Yeah, it depends the view, no? The view. I think that we spent the right money. Don't forget that we spent a lot of money for players that now they went on loan. No? Yeah. But it doesn't mean if you spend money, and you need to have a player to go into our idea of football. There are players that they do this quickly, like Richarlison, like Langlais, like Perisic, okay, and then other players that they need a bit of time, also because the midfielder is a specific role for us, with the ball, without the ball. It's not simple. I ask some movements, some position. They have to be point of reference in every moment of the game. And the midfielder, for sure, to go into our ideal football is maybe the most difficult position. Okay, but we are talking a player that has great skills and good run. With the ball is really good. Defensively, he has to pay more attention. Yeah, more attention, because especially because we have only two midfielders, and then they have to be good with the ball and without the ball. But I'm really happy for this sign.
Considered just with I meant expensive just relative to some of the other signings that come
Yeah.
in, he was one more. But have you considered then, because it is very demanding with those two midfielders, playing with a three or, changing things up a little bit in that midfield area?
Yeah, but I think we tried to sign a player with the right characteristic to play at the start with the two midfielder. Then it happened during the game when sometimes when we were winning, okay, to play with the three midfielders. But in the past I played with the two strikers and the three midfielders. But this team, when you have a player like Sonny, Kulusevski, Richarlison, and Kane, I think this is the best system that we can play. But I repeat, and it's only we need only a bit of time, and to work with him, and for him to understand well. Now we have two reliable player, two important player like Obier, that for me he did important progress. But now I think that is a really good player, is a strong player. It was the same for Betancourt. Don't forget Skippy, that is really young, but we are talking about a prospect that for me is always, he was being always reliable, and for this reason I count on him. He has to be very clear, because for me Skippy is an important player also in the midfielder. Again, give me the possibility to make rotation. For sure, in the next 12 games, and he can have a better physical condition, and then I can count about him also, and Bissouma, Matthew. Yeah, we need about all the players of the squad, because we have every game is massive game, and for this reason we need to have energy. If we think that we have to play with the same players, and we are going to have not a good, a good result.